Hello everyone, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are playing part 4 of our look at Order of Battle Blitzkrieg in an attempt to get to the new DLC Panzerkrieg. But to do that, we've got to survive long enough to get into the Russian campaign. Right now we are still very early on. Again, this is part 4. We're actually fighting the Battle of Warsaw. This is the second part in the engagement for Warsaw. In the southern front, we've stopped the Modlin offensive, but the enemy actually still is attacking and has two units sort of broken through in Pitek, threatening our air base and our principal resupply point for our air force. Meanwhile, the offensive has been stopped toward the center. We've secured our rear here by taking, I don't even know what the town this is. It looks like the town of Sokos or something to that effect, destroying a bunch of Polish units in here and preventing them from retreating east toward Warsaw itself. Meanwhile, at Warsaw, we've taken the airbase. We've destroyed a couple of pillboxes on the southern approaches, and some of our troops here are a little bit exposed potentially to Polish counterattack, although these minefields in front are probably keeping us a little bit safe. Enemy artillery on the other side of the river no doubt will start ranging. Enemy aircraft have shown up. So I don't really intend to make a push with just these handful of troops I have here. I may actually swing some around and see if we can get into the rear of Warsaw and cut it off. But we'll find out soon enough. In the north, we are attacking. We've just destroyed a few Polish units. We've kind of broken through the initial line that was in front of Czechnow. Two of these units could be destroyed next turn. And we just destroyed a unit in front of the town of Ultask. And again, I can't pronounce any of these town names, so forgive me for that. But so far, so good all around there. And the Second Corps has arrived and is starting to come onto the field here on the western north flank and is at least keeping some of these Polish units busy. With that being said, we've already gone through this particular turn. We're on turn 8. We have 30 turns to play, so let's go ahead and end it and move forward here. You can see our AI Germans are continuing to move east toward Warsaw, which seems foolish when you consider that the Poles have launched a successful breakthrough here on the western flank. You'd think some of these troops might swing west to try and protect our rear. Doesn't look like any of these are major objectives. Theoretically, we could lose Lutz and still win the battle, but it just seems really weird. I've pulled one of my Stuka dive bombers and my Heinkel over there to try and at least blunt the Polish offensive in that direction, but it does appear they're going to continue advancing south. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to destroy them both in a timely manner with just air units. I could purchase a ground unit. I'd rather not. I'd rather save some of that money for, you know, my fighters. But the Polish seem to be intent on causing some havoc in our rear. Actually, kind of our principal supply base that they're astride now. May have to pull one of our armored units west. It'd be quite a diversion to get them all the way over there. It'll probably take 2 turns. Meanwhile, the Polish Air Force, as I said, is playing a role. Okay, enemy cavalry just cut off our infantry here. The Poles playing the encircling game. Meanwhile, their infantry just attacked our pioneers, which I would have, like, if you're going to take 4 casualties, you should really retreat. But at least they didn't destroy it. We're going to pull the engineers back a bit and reinforce them. Actually kind of considering pulling everybody back and maybe swinging them east. I'm assuming the enemy has blocking forces there, but I don't know what exactly. Only one way, though, to find out. Let's get a good look at them. These guys are blocking my, I wanted to swing this way, and the AI just blocked my path. Alright, I think this, I need to do that. Where's our other Stuka? We've got another one. Here he is. Alright, it can't quite get there this turn, but I guess we're just going to swarm them with air units. Looks like we've almost destroyed this cavalry, so we've just got 1 infantry unit really to worry about. It doesn't look like there's really any Polish forces left there. We'll kind of move back and try and retake this town, which we just lost to some new Polish units which just showed up. How do we not destroy him? Alright, so we finished off that anti-tank unit. These guys are all cut off. No, I shouldn't have advanced him. He's going to get killed next turn. Alright, so I just got our troops back in supply temporarily, at least till these Polish troops attack. Or even just move one hex to the east and cut the second corps off, the newly arrived second corps. This infantry should die next turn. We could work on these tanks as well. Really does put us within striking distance of Modlin, but I have a really bit of a PTSD with that particular locale. We got butchered trying to attack it last time. I'm not going to attack with him, so that'll do it for... Actually, no, wait. We've got... I used reinforcements. I was going to say I had enough to buy a fighter, and then I reinforced some of my troops, so I don't have enough anymore. So the AI continues their ever persistent march east, which will do nothing to help us except maybe kill a few infantry units up near the Katyn Forest. If that's... Is that the Katyn Forest? Or the Kampno... What is it? Kampnokiski Forest? Polish troops advancing deep into our rear. Yeah, okay. I'm going to have to counterattack there. That infantry unit just went way too far. Air forces. Some of them look like they're pulling out. I imagine this infantry unit would advance and retake the airfield. Yep. Maybe not the infantry, but some anti-tank guns there advanced and retook it. Actually kind of tempting to strike back at it. Given that it's, I think it's outside the range of their anti-artillery fire, and anti-tank isn't very good against infantry. Okay, so it looks like we can at least advance toward Gora. I don't know if we'll be able to do anything to it, but... Alright, so we destroyed that enemy cavalry unit. Where did the infantry go? Huh. Alright. In the north. Re-equip him. There's really no reason to keep these forces out here. So I'm actually going to retreat these cutoff forces over toward our front line over this way. Seems like a relatively safe move. And our infantry, our heavy infantry, will attack this town and start to hopefully weaken the enemy engineers here a bit. And maybe drive through to the eastern exits to Warsaw. Meanwhile, we've got one recon car which can try and go deal with the enemy infantry. Meanwhile, using our reinforcements rather than try and do something with anti-air, we'll just re-equip these troops to get them up to full strength. So we're in pretty good shape at this point, I think. I don't know where the Polish infantry is, though. We haven't spotted them. The guys who just took that town. It's like they vanished into thin air. And they, even though the AI decided to evacuate! Run away! But sir, we're winning. Forget it. Alright. To do something about that. I keep saying I need to do something about their Air Force, and I keep doing nothing. That's interesting. Their anti-tank gun just attacked despite losing half its strength last turn. And it will certainly be destroyed this very next turn. Unless it pulls out, which I don't think it can now that it attacked. So that'll be another free kill. I'm not going to advance with those troops, and I'm going to reinforce our engineers. So we are in artillery range, but we just destroyed another Polish unit. Okay, those two units attacked, took half the Polish unit's strength and lost nothing. So confused. Did they just disappear into thin air? Guess since we're back here, we might as well all go get fuel. Some of these guys are kind of low. They haven't refueled all battle. Then we can take them all off next turn. These guys in supply, reinforce him. Probably should stop using elite reinforcements on everybody too. Alright, we've almost linked these guys back into supply. One of the units is liberated, the other will be soon, and then I can swing these guys east and have an even stronger fist against the exits of Warsaw. Mainly, my main objective at the end of the day is to get in behind the enemy. Not to actually take all these points, but maybe we can destroy the artillery that's otherwise sits back there and fires with impunity. Alright, so we don't really have any money to buy anything. We've got plenty of capacity. Our command points for ground units are pretty high. Our command points for air units are sufficient for a fighter, so we could have a fighter and an anti-air unit if we wanted. Looks like the AI infantry is helping out a little bit. They're going to attack that enemy ground unit. And apparently they do some reinforcements because they just reinforced that artillery unit. Now it's the Poles' turn. Which again, their air force continues to be active. I wouldn't mind if they put another ground unit in there. If they keep sucking units in there, we could bleed them dry a bit. And if the Polish Air Force wants to bomb AI troops like that AI artillery, I'm more than willing to let them do that. Polish cavalry fighting in the Kampantowski forest against our infantry. Again, the AI infantry doing a good job there. Maybe mounting a counterattack up there out of Modlin. Alright, so we're up to 21 units destroyed. I really need to destroy this guy. So we didn't destroy him. We did take some casualties, but we did just drive back this TKS Polish armor, and hopefully we can finish him off next turn. Meanwhile, that artillery unit can't fire. Why? I don't know. But our air units can all take off now. Can they? Apparently 2 is the limit which you can take off. I don't know where these Polish infantry went. They apparently vanished into thin air when we destroyed their cavalry, but okay. Actually get our engineer across the river here. Okay, our armor there. Driving north to the Camponi Forest. I know that's not the name of it, it's what I'm calling it. We'll leave our artillery here doing nothing. I think he's the last unit that hasn't moved. Oh, we've got the infantry over here. Alright, we'll pull back to there. Just that artillery and that infantry. I don't want to attack with the infantry. Don't really want to attack with this armor. Really want the engineers to come up and take care of it. I wish they could cross bridges more easily. But I think that does it for that turn. Still 18 turns to go. By the way, guys, let me know. My capture software just warned me that the encoding was overloaded, which I don't... it just sort of did it once, so let me know if this video quality drops at around the 15-minute mark at all. Because if it does, I may need to think through how I manage all of that. Okay, so the AI is doing a lot of our fighting up here in this forested area, which is, I think, about the only thing they will do. Okay. Again, Polish bombers, keep bombing the AI. Good work, sir. See how the Poles behave. Be great if my infantry had, like, small arms fire that could do something against these enemy fast movers. The 22 kills are killing is slowing down a bit. Let's see what happens here. One casualty. Alright, nice. Destroyed. So now, let's swing these troops north. Take that town. These guys rest one more turn. Meanwhile, these guys will just kind of hurry those Polish troops along. We'll start swinging the armor south a little bit. Our engineers cross. Yes, they can. We could try and get our armor in around before as well, but I'd worry they'd be getting themselves set up to be cut off. Get our recon forward. Might as well reinforce those guys. I'm thinking about making a full-blown effort swinging around the Polish lines. So we need to get these guys lined up. I don't know what it wants me to do with these guys. These guys are gone. Yeah, so everybody else is gone. Full strength for them. Full strength for them. Close. Alright. That'll end the turn. Alright, AI, go ahead and finish a few of those units off. Go take the forest. Man, can they just kill him? Running all over like, you know, whatever. Looks like this battle will probably be 3 parts. We're a little bit more about to hit the halfway point, but... You know, the challenge over here is it's such a narrow crossing. This town. We don't have any artillery. Now we can bring our air up. I think they'll be able to support and take this town out. But it's going to take a couple turns to get them up. I don't want to lose unnecessary casualties, but... Again, it's going to take these guys a few turns to get into position. Maybe even one more after this. Okay, a recon car moving that way. Infantry there. Still haven't moved troops back into that airfield. Move our armor back around. All right. We're going to move as many troops adjacent to this hex as possible. We're going to go ahead and hit them with artillery first. Looks like these infantry can attack with the most damage, losing the least first. Then these engineers can, and they drove them from their positions. Nice. We did lose a few casualties, but drove the enemy back. There you go. Okay. You guys are back to full strength, though that doesn't look like they have any vehicles to move them. We just took this location, which is a bit of a bottleneck. The fields here should open up our movement to take the northern escape, and then we can just advance down this part of the map, hopefully to take the eastern route, while our southern force maybe, just maybe, able to take the southeastern route. Or if not, we can all meet in the middle at the eastern route, while these limited forces prevent a full-on frontal assault against us. Or the plan, or that's how the plan goes. All right, so we'll go pull him back, unless the enemy wants to come out into open fields. I don't want to risk taking casualties until we're ready to attack in the south. You know, we'll let the AI continue advancing in the north. I think they just destroyed that unit here, taking this forest. They did. Very good. Be great if they tried to attack the Modlin fortress. It's just such a darn tough nut to crack. There's two forts here, and then there's maybe one fort here. I don't think so, actually. 2 forts here guarding the north, and then there's an artillery fort. I believe they're all 5-star forts as well. They're just borderline impossible to destroy. Stop bombing us, please. War crimes, I say. War crimes. Aircraft should not be used for war. Against all the laws of humanity. Oh, nice. Thank you very much. Polish Air Force just landed one of their aircraft at that Polish airfield. Right adjacent to one of our ground units. It is going to get some easy kills in here against this unit. Would have liked to have destroyed it, but I'll take what I get. Okay, we'll probably take that next turn would be my guess. Move our ground units over here. Oh, nice, actually. Can get adjacent. Finish that guy off. Then you can take the airfield. Just for good measure. Maybe invite a Polish infantry counterattack, which I think that armored unit, I think the PZ-3E is very effective against ground units. Meanwhile, the enemy retreats, drive them back, and destroy them. Then our armor can break through. A prudent advance. We could have advanced further, but I was trying to be a little bit a little bit cautious. We'll advance these guys against Sedrock. Should allow us theoretically to move in more directly toward east. Or they can shift north and aid the offensive against the northeast objective. Dive bombers are continuing to prowl the skies. May have forgotten to move them last turn. That's it. That's all we got left. So go ahead and end the turn. Man, that was awesome to be able to destroy one of those nuisance Polish air units. I don't want to say that by itself will turn the tide, but certainly will help. Alright, so that Polish cavalry unit trying to get out of there. I wonder if any more Polish units would land if I just pull out of this airbase here. I don't want to get caught in there. Really, we're only dealing with two Polish air units now. They had 4. And one of them is actually attacking the AI, which I don't really care about. There's that Moldland fortress, or one of the fortresses. Polish infantry just attacked us. Interesting. We'll go ahead and pull out. Maybe we can lure them into a frontal assault against us. Or not against us, but retake this airbase, and then we can go ahead and attack him again. I shouldn't have done that. I should have... Yeah. Alright, so we just drove them back. Air unit will go destroy them. So we've broken through the southern objective here. I don't know if there's much in the way of enemy troops here in the rear. Really not sure what to expect. Nice. There was just a very weakened Polish bunker here on this bridge, which we just destroyed. Wonder if we're... I worry about deploying these guys on trucks. I don't want them getting destroyed by some counterattack coming out of either of these locations, but we're... Looks like we've got a clear road to the southern exit and also to the northern exit. Warsaw should be able to be surrounded, I'm hoping, I'm thinking, I'm praying. Not really praying. That would be silly. Praying about a video game. Psh. But I don't think we have to take the central Warsaw. And by the way, I'm gambling a lot of time and effort that we don't have to take the central Warsaw objective, because it does say capture or surround. Now, the way this game in my experience has always worked is you have to take every single objective with that little golden standard, but if the language is truly accurate to the way it's written, we shouldn't have to do that. We do still have to destroy more Polish units, though, because we haven't killed 40 of them yet. These troops in the north are trying to help us there. Just destroyed another cavalry unit, and we just destroyed that bunker on the bridge. Destroyed the infantry down here, so we've got to be into the 30s, I would think, for destroyed units. There's still 10 plus remaining. 10 plus turns remaining with 10 plus enemy units needing to be destroyed remaining. See where we're at here in just a moment when the Polish turn ends. See, they are using some artillery on the opposite bank. Enemy infantry did advance and did attack. And their engineer infantry, not the best. Oh man, we still gotta destroy 12 more. That's about 1 per turn. ground unit that we can advance. Alright, so we've broken through this bridgehead, I guess, if that's what you want to call it. Airstrip, there's a Bofors. Don't really want to attack either without some ground units first. But we'll hold off there. You know, we just took the northern route. Again, I don't like the idea of being on the front line here, of deploying my troops in a way that will lead them open to getting attacked while they're in trucks. All I know is I still have to destroy a bunch of enemy units. But we just took the first of the surround objectives. Go ahead and actually pull this guy out. Force him up to 10. Pull him out as well, reinforce him up to 10. I don't want to do that. There's at least 2 units to be destroyed here. Presumably there's more. Sweep south. Is that all we've got? Yep, just those 3 units. So go ahead and advance one more turn. Enemy cavalry. Ooh, lots of enemy cavalry. Question must be, where do we destroy the units? Where do we find the units to destroy? They may pull some troops out of Warsaw to shift to prevent from getting surrounded. That seems likely possibility. God damn it. Mean for you to get pushed. Okay. So, wait. I suppose we may have to maintain a unit, because I think that unit just changed. I think it had been German. Let's move our armor up here. I'm going to destroy this pillbox. Oh no, it must not have changed because that one didn't. Okay, they'll fire artillery support from there. Boy. Alright, they're going to lose a lot of casualties. Probably wait for this infantry to come up. We'll do it anyway. We'll try and destroy some of these Polish horsemen. 3-2. Guess I'll take it. Alright, so that enemy anti-aircraft gun should die next turn. Should be 1. I don't know where we're going to get the rest of our kills. The AI is not going to help. I could have sworn I got to 40 before. In the last fight. We still got 11 turns, so it's not like it's... Ooh, nice. They just landed another air unit at their airstrip. I don't understand. I mean, that's dumb. You should not be landing units at forward airstrips like that. But if I can destroy another one of your annoying aircraft, same way I destroyed your last one, I would be thrilled. Meanwhile, these guys are getting attacked. Heavy casualties there. Presumably this cavalry will follow that up and attack him again. Hopefully they don't destroy him. They didn't. Question is, does the enemy have any other units they can finish him off with? No? Alright, pull him back across that bridge. Alright, these guys are not terribly useful at the moment because all they have is foot marching, so we're going to go ahead and put those guys there. Drive these troops south. These guys some reinforcements. Meanwhile, I'm actually going to put my tanks right back where they were. Oh, why can't he attack anything? So all you did was 2 damage. Well, actually, we can do this. Alright, so we finished off that enemy anti-air. Destroyed him. And we've almost got the northern objective bottled up. Man. So it's really going to come down to destroying units, I think. Assuming, again, that I'm reading this all correctly. And that the game really does work the way I think it does. These guys need to advance south. Don't get killed. Recon units should not get ambushed. That's my view. Alright, so we're going to end this turn. That recon unit over there is pretty much as good as dead. I don't think I'm going to have any way to shoot down this aircraft if it takes off to flee, which it probably will. Ugh. No damage. Oh well, we should be able to finish these guys pretty quickly, regardless of what happens to these guys defending this bridgehead. We got armor and heavy infantry coming in this cavalry's rear. Yeah, and I'm assuming these guys are gonna take off somewhere. They did. So we can't shoot them down anymore, or we can't bomb them to death anymore. We now have all of these objectives, these surround objectives taken, I believe. Okay, so we just finished off that guy. Damaging him. We'll go ahead and pull our recon back. I'll go bomb this fort. Reinforce some of these guys. All right. recon guy up there. And attack the enemy anti-tank gun from the rear. Keep the troops on the objectives. And there you go. 10 turns remain, and I think we have Warsaw cut off. This battle's actually going really long, though. I should probably end this here after the Polish turn. Feels like it might be a little bit of mopping up, though, going forward. Just a matter of destroying some, you know, hunting down and destroying some Polish infantry units. Everybody's going to be cut off with the escapes to Warsaw cut off. They won't be out of supply, though, I don't think. I could be wrong. It'd be awesome if they were out of supply. It would make things a heck of a lot easier. Okay, so we do have Warsaw encircled, so now we need to destroy 9 more units. With that being said, I think mopping up operations would make for a separate video. So we've been going for about 40 minutes. I anticipate the next video will probably be a bit shorter, but we're going to go ahead and end part 4 of our look at Order of Battle, Order of Battle Blitzkrieg, with the view to moving on to Order of Battle Panzerkrieg, the Russian offensive one. But we're going to go ahead and end this video here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. And as always, until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.